Hi there. Today I'm going to introduce this new AI tool to you. It is called sheetslide, which means you can using the AI to automatically generate presentation ready slides from a Google Sheet. So let's quickly look into the process, how we can do that. It is very simple. For example, here we have one spreadsheet data with person, type, metric, and value. It's very structured data. The only thing we need to do is go to the address bar, copy the URL, and go to sheetslide.com. After you sign in, you will see only this input box. Basically, this is a place where you paste the copy of the URL. There is like a menu button here. Basically, you can see your past deck you generated. So now let's take a look. Just paste this URL and press enter. And then you can see the sheet title is captured here. And we can give it a name. Let's say Kimbrough version 2. Generation is already completed. As we can see here, we total generated 3 slides. The first slides is just give us overview of the data we have, which is actually all the data we have here. In reality, this tool can handle thousands of rows and easily analyze them into insightful charts. As you can see, second one, we aggregated data, some values by person, so we can break down by each person and to each person how much total values they have. We also generated some descriptions, such as this is compare the values for different people. It using columns person and value. The last one is distribution of type by count. So we basically get total count for each type. So you can hover over see each type percentage. It's very simple to generate all the slides, but what if we want more slides or we want styling them? We can ask AI to help. For example, here, as you can see, I already have some chatting history in this window, but you basically can clear them up anytime. See here, we are actually just asking some simple questions like, can you suggest a clean and a stylish graph theme with a cool modern look? Whether it's modern or not, you can, ask follow-up questions. Say, this is not what I want, or I want something specific. AI actually did a great job to figure out, some nice theme or style for us. No matter you like this style or like this style, just different questions can lead in them too. So let's say I like this one. I can just go ahead to click this button, apply the theme. So this specific generated theme will apply to all the slides I have. And you can also further to ask more questions about your data, about your schema, samples, look at, suggest different visualizations. Once you get them, you can easily add them into the existing slide. Of course, you can delete some slides if you don't like. For example, this is just like pure the original data. If you don't like them, you can just click the delete, remove it from the current deck. One more thing. For example, if I want to style this graph, how do we do that? There's lots of like options. You can pretty much customize every single details for current chart. As you can see, there's like general settings. You have some preset styles you can apply. Palette you can come up with, different palettes you can apply. Background, like size, decimal count. We set it to 0, so we can, have integers. Value format. Generate some grid lines. As you can see, some some touch of grid lines, makes it looks much better. There's a lot of other things like legends, log scale, right? So let's check some other settings. For example, boss settings. Boss settings, you can easily to make them to vertical versus bar, like horizontal versus vertical, right? Basically, let's choose the horizontal. Still keep it. You can have other things. For example, left axis settings, bottom axis settings, metric itself settings. So here, let's just check into the bar settings. In the bar settings, we are able to like tune the shape of the bar. Let's say I want a purely rounded shape. Okay, this is what it does look like, and I want display value on it. So this is one is 197, one is 150. You can further change, the value size. 16, I think is good. I'll change the font color. Lots of excuse me. Lots of settings here. Next, let's look at the pie chart settings. Here we can just directly generate it, go to the pie chart and choose some settings. For example, I want a semi pie. I mean, just like half of the shape. I want to make it larger so I can adjust the size of the margin, keep it at 0 so it looks good. Similarly, I set the decimal count as 0, and I go back to pie chart settings. I can make something. For example, I don't want to rotate the values. I want display values, for each slice, and I do want to adjust some paddings. So I feel this one makes it looks a little bit better and more paddings, and I make it more rounded on the corner of each slice. So this is the final versions I want to have, but I feel it's a little bit too up, so let's move it down a little bit. So we go back general settings and adjust the top, move it to the middle basically. Like I said, there's lots of settings across all the different properties on the graph. But assuming right now this is what I want, so the next thing is I want to share with people. So see here, we can chat with the AI, we can share the link with people, or we can just play it right now. Play it will bring us to the full screen full screen mode, and let us to really put it on a big screen to show things, right? Like here, we want to show each slide one by one. And once we finish all presentations, we can exit it. By sharing this is basically, by default, every created slide is not shared. So you can always use in this URL to edit that, or you can share with people. Like you will generate a read-only slide for people to view. For example, here we generated a view for this ID, and we can copy this URL, send an email message to people, and when they open, they will see what you prepared for them. As you can see, this is exactly the slides you generated, and they can play here, like presenting in their side, at their side. We found that you can basically keep updating, and people get an updated version. For example, here we can just like update the name. Last thing is basically you generate a lot of slides. They are all organized here in this list. So you can basically easily to do things like rename it version 2. Since it's called Kimbrough, it's just still called Kimbrough version 2. And as you can see here, this is updated. Anytime you want to go back to or edit any previous existing slides, you can just click it. For example, we can go to the first version. It will load in the first version. And it's exactly the same slides, but just with different style. I think that's all I have to share with you. I think this tool is very convenient. It's usually make beautiful stuff, before you bring your raw data to presenting to people. So hope it's helpful. Thank you. Bye bye.